Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Kim Copeland and this is for Channel Medium Kim. So happy you're here. Yay. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing and sharing. I really appreciate it. We are up to 900 subscribers. Yay. So in honor of that, I want to offer free 30-minute reading. So if you are interested in receiving a free 30-minute reading, please make a comment. All you really have to do in the comment is just put 3 hearts. I don't care what color heart. Just put 3 hearts in the comment, and then I'll know you want to be your name. You want to be entered, okay? And if your name is not real clear on your name on YouTube, well, I think I can reply to you on YouTube. Okay, so we'll just do that, please. Then I want to just talk to you a little bit about what happens at the last breath when you have a loved one leave at the last breath, and what do you do, right? What are some of the rituals of transition that you can do? So I want to talk about that because I witnessed an interesting last breath over the weekend. And also I have a fun traveling clairvoyance exercise for you guys. I might do 3 cards. I had a little lunch break at work, and I just happened to go to, there's a great crystal store in my neighborhood, and so I went in, and but I realized after I bought it, it's for children, which is great. I noticed that Debbie of Freebird Spirit was using children's cards this weekend in her reading, so I didn't even purposely buy a children's deck, but anyway, so maybe we'll do a reading with that too, if we have time. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so again, put your under the comment with 3 hearts, and I know you want to be interested in the drawing. Okay, so now for the little story of the last breath, what people do. And one of the things I like to say as a hospice nurse is I tell people to be prepared, have something in mind that you want to do that's important to you, to mark the moment in time when they take the last breath, because in 10 years, 20 years down the road, you're going to say, we did that special thing. Now, the special thing can be anything special to you. It can be just putting a flower on their chest. It can be putting a beautiful blanket. It can be singing a song, saying a prayer. It can be anointing with holy water or olive oil, or it can be a glass of champagne, a glass of wine. You know, so there's a lot of different things that you can do that have meaning to you. And I want to share what this one family that I saw over the weekend. They're German. Actually, the man was born in the U.S., but he spent many years in Germany. So when he was 19, he went in the Air Force, stayed in Germany for quite a while. Overall, he was there 17 years. But he met his wife. She was German. They didn't speak. They dated for a while and didn't know each other's how to talk to each other. How do you do that? But they eventually both. She learned English and he learned German. So, but he has got a lot of the German influence with him, and their oldest daughter was also born in Germany, and she was at the death as well. So I just think what they did at this death was a little different than what I've seen before, so I want to just talk about it. I try to look up German ritual of transition, and I didn't see anything at all about this, so I have no idea. You know, I know some cultures, like the Buddhist culture, they have 3 days of chanting. I know in some Asian cultures, they crawl in the home to make the last visit, and then they crawl back out. So, you know, and sometimes in America we do nothing, or maybe we just sort of acknowledge it and then have the funeral home come, you know, as quickly as possible, or not as quickly. Some people keep the body for 1 to 3 days. That's a very rare, but I've seen it done. So in this situation, she was in her 80s. They'd been married 60-something years, and he had not cried yet, he said. But at the time, he was handling it just fine. The funeral home was on their way and all that, and he was still very matter of fact, making all the phone calls to the people in Germany, people all over, keeping it pretty, tearful, but keeping it together. But then as soon as he knew that the funeral home was on their way very shortly, that's when that was it. Okay, he broke down, just sobbed. And really what he and their daughter did was they just hugged her and kissed her and, told her how wonderful she was. They knew, of course, that her spirit was in her body, but they still were acting like that's where she was, even though they verbalized and they said, no, that we know better. But they still were giving her body a hug. And they kept feeling for the warm part of the body, and the daughter would say, well, here, feel this right here. She's still warm right here. Feel this. Oh, this is warm. Oh, this, just really wanting to connect with the warmth of her body. That was so special. And even after they removed the body, the husband took the pillow that was still warm and he held that pillow that, just for the warmth. But what they did that was a little different, besides his breaking down, really, and he said he hadn't cried, so it was so important for him to cry. They wanted her not to be covered up, her face and her arms not to be covered up. They wanted her to have another dose of sunshine before she went. So the funeral person who's taking the body made sure that her arms and her face were not covered as she left the home, and she got to be in the sunlight a few more minutes on the way to the vehicle where she was going to be transported. And even in the car, when she was in the car, she was still uncovered. We also asked the driver to play her favorite music, which is classical music, so that was really nice. Imagine that she's going off with a classical music and her head's still not covered. And the daughter also found inside the van, just happened to take it, put the American flag over her because of her, one, she was married to an Air Force person, but two, an Air Force vet, I'm sorry. It took her a lot of work, to become a United States citizen. So they really honored her with that. So I just thought that was beautiful. So I just was sharing that with you guys. So it's good to have an idea what you want to do. Some people, I think I already said this, have a glass of champagne or a glass of wine afterwards. I see a lot of wine. I do see a lot of wine. People will have a glass of wine after. One time I was with a man after he passed, and the way he passed, he loved brandy. And so when the family thought, he's getting close, but he was still quite alert. So they gave him just a few drops of brandy on his tongue with a dropper, and they all had a taste of brandy. I don't know, in a little glass of brandy, and they all cheered and toasted him. And then he passed right then and there at that moment that they gave the toast. I thought that was pretty special. So then, also with the same man, he was friends with a golden retriever across the street. When he passed, after he passed, and even when I was there, so I had already arrived, the golden retriever across the street, I guess had a screen door, could push the door open, came across the street and, scratched on the door of the man who just passed house, and went upstairs, jumped on the bed, gave the man a kiss, and then went back out again. So even a golden retriever knows about saying goodbye and how important it is to give that hug and the kiss, right, as somebody's departing. And I think you've probably heard about the man in Africa. He helped save some elephants, and he told them about where to go, and he had a very good connection with the elephants when he passed, and the elephants were far away. When he passed, though, the whole herd of elephants came to his house and circled it for 3 days. Awesome. Animals know, right? I always tell people, let the animals say goodbye as well. And I also think, something about 3 days, whether it's the Buddhists chanting for 3 days, the elephants circling for 3 days, think about whether or not you want to have your loved one cremated within that 3-day period, or would you like to wait at least 3 days? Up to you, right? Now, so there's that for you today. And I'm going to do a little reading of these cards. Okay, this is called Animal Voices, and I love animals. I'm not going to hide it. I was drawn to these cards because of that. These are about endangered animals, and it is for children. Like I said, I didn't know that it was for children. I'm going to I don't even know which cards I'm gonna pick, but I'm gonna pick 1, 2, and 3. So this is card 1, card 1. These are a little sticky. I'm not gonna look at it yet, but that's card 1. Okay, and you guys get to pick card 2, and card 3. All right, so I'm gonna look at card 1. If you're drawn to, okay, just in your mind here, let's take a deep breath, and you can pick 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to show you 1 first. Oh, the giant panda. And this says innocence, gentleness, and harmony. I'm being drawn to the word harmony. And I want to just say, in your life right now, if this resonates with you about harmony in your relationships, but I also think it's bigger. I also think it's about harmony in the world, that this person, if you've drawn this, that you're thinking about harmony in the world, especially this week. Okay, this is Happy Monday. Harmony. All right. Now, card number 2, orangutan. I am noticing the yellow light there. And it says laughter, curiosity, and play. Beautiful, cute. It looks like a baby orangutan. Aww. Curiosity. I'm going to, the word curiosity. Well, I also get play and curiosity together with this. For this person who drew number 2, that I feel like there's an encouragement. I feel like there'd be a little bit of a need to come up, to lift oneself up a bit and come out to play, to come out and be curious, okay? That's what I'm going to encourage for you this week. All right, by the way, I'm about to go to the grocery store and buy some inner tubes, because in my neighborhood there is a river, and I have never ever been in an inner tube on a river, and I'm going to do that. I'm not going to film it though. All right, now here we go for the 3rd card. Dolphin, joy, light, and flow. All right, so as I'm reading this, I'm getting the chills on this one. And I'm getting the idea of jumping out of the water. This reminds me also about birth and death for some reason. I'm getting this birth and death because we're coming in and going down and around and around and around as we do, right? We come and we go in this lifetime. Many lifetimes, hopefully. Well, for some of us, I guess starseeds, maybe there's not so many, but most of us probably, it's a coming and a going. And so it's about the flow of life, to go with the flow that feels right for you this week. Okay, I also feel like this is a little bit of a meditation flow. So just spend some time in meditation. Follow what leads you in that realm, okay? See what happens. Last night I was listening to one of my teachers, and he was talking about color. That reminds me, if you guys are interested in learning more about color, I love to work with color. I would love to teach color healing, color readings, drawing auragraphs, working with the aura. I would love that. If you guys are interested, please also put that in a comment. And so I want to see how much interest there is in that. Whether Susan and Lynn and I do that together, or how we go about that, I don't know. But I just want to see what the interest is. All right, now, last part of this video. I have a bag. Woohoo! Okay, and this is different. If you guys saw me on Facebook Live for our Claire's class, this is a different bag. And this is a traveling clairvoyance. We did it before one other time when you walked in my door and you looked what was on the windowsill. But this is now to come and take a deep breath, and don't connect with the outside of the bag. Connect with all your senses, your feeling, your knowing, your visual senses, your hearing. Connect with inside the bag, your psychic senses. And see, there's 3 things in here. And if you get any of them, I'm going to actually show you in a moment here. So if you want to pause the video and just take a little more time on picking up the information. Thank you. Okay. Just take a moment here. Now we're going to feel into what's the bag. Your little senses are coming in, and you're gonna feel into the bag. All right, let's see here. You're probably not gonna get this one. All right, you ready? Here it goes, the reveal. A baby shoe. This was either mine or my sister's. I know, my grandparents saved it. Okay, so there's a baby shoe. If you got anything about babies, okay. One other thing is a dolphin, a crystal dolphin. And one of my hospice patients gave me this, back in 1998. I still have it. It's pretty awesome. Okay, and I have this beautiful purple. This is the color. I think this is the color of the third eye. Kind of an indigo, beautiful. So this was also in the bag. Okay, you guys. Blessings to everybody. If you got even anything remotely near, even if you got that there was a fabric in there or a color, doesn't matter if it was exactly right, doesn't matter. Anything related to babies or feet or souls, the soul, right? Here's our soul, the covering of our soul. Anything about spirit would be the shoe, right? And of course, dolphin. We just had the card on dolphin about play and flow, birth and death. Okay. Again, thank you all. If you enjoy this video, please like it. Share it if you think you know somebody who would like to enjoy it as well. And look forward to seeing you guys very soon. Bye-bye now.